AJ McLean stands in the limelight, adorned in flamboyant outfits, embodying the quintessential pop star of the late 90s and early 2000s. His image, a cocktail of charisma and rebellion, captivated millions. But behind those sunglasses, what was AJ really protecting? As we unravel his public persona, we see a tapestry woven from the threads of both adoration and immense pressure. McLean's journey through fame is more than a tale of success. It's an intricate dance with identity, a performance constantly shaped by the world around him. To understand AJ's core motivations, we first look at what he seemed to be chasing. Fame, certainly, but not just for the spotlight's sake. His Enneagram Type 3 tendencies, often known as the achiever, hint at a deeper desire to be valued for what he accomplished. For AJ, the applause wasn't just validation. It was a salve for an underlying longing to prove his worth beyond the stage. The Enneagram Type 3 craves success as an affirmation of self, driven by an unyielding need to avoid failure or insignificance. AJ's formative ecosystem was a crucible of competing forces. The music industry, with its relentless demands, shaped much of his outward demeanor. But delve deeper, and you find familial influences that predated the screaming fans. Growing up in a fractured family dynamic, AJ faced an early pressure to be the responsible figure, a caretaker. This role, while cultivating resilience, also sowed seeds of self-doubt, questioning whether he was truly enough. The industry's reward system, idolizing the persona over the person, compounded this internal conflict, leaving AJ in a perpetual battle between self-worth and public adoration. Relationships within the Backstreet Boys were equally complex, akin to a tightly wound family unit. As the rebel, AJ often clashed with expectations, yet this role was integral to the group's chemistry. He was the shapeshifter archetype, adapting his image to fit the needs of the moment, sometimes a confidant, other times the provocateur. This dynamic, while artistically thrilling, placed him at odds with his own identity, caught between genuine camaraderie and the pressure to maintain his bad boy image. The contrast between AJ's public mask and private pressures speaks volumes. The world saw a rock star. AJ felt the weight of being a rock. The Enneagram's dark shadow looms large here as the achiever's unintegrated fears creep in, a profound insecurity masked by bravado. His struggles with addiction, a manifestation of this inner turmoil, reveal how the very gifts that propelled him, charisma, adaptability, became traps, driving him towards destructive habits in search of respite from the relentless expectations. Yet, amid this shadow, there's a path to integration. By embracing the healthier aspects of the Type 3, AJ has the potential to transcend the superficial allure of success, finding fulfillment in authenticity and connection. The achiever at peace learns to appreciate their intrinsic worth, separate from external validation. AJ's ongoing journey reflects this challenging but rewarding path as he seeks to reconcile the public and private selves. As we delve into AJ McLean's story, one must ask, how often do we too perform roles for the world's approval, losing ourselves in the process? Where have you felt the pull between who you are and who you're expected to be? Each of us, in our own ways, wears masks, navigating the delicate balance between private truths and public personas. Consider this. Have you ever felt compelled to maintain a facade because the role itself was cherished more than your reality? Reflect on these questions and explore where the threads of AJ's tale weave into the fabric of your own life. AJ's journey through these existential questions mirrors the odyssey of many who have trodden the path of fame and personal discovery. His story invites us to examine the archetypal journey from innocence to experience, where the hero must confront the shadow within. The shadow in this context represents the facets of our psyche that we suppress, often out of fear or shame. For AJ, it manifested as the relentless pursuit of external validation, driven by the achiever's core fear of worthlessness. The archetype of the hero's journey, famously conceptualized by Joseph Campbell, provides a framework to understand AJ's narrative. The call to adventure, in AJ's case, was the allure of stardom, a journey that promised recognition and success. Yet, as with all heroes' journeys, the road is fraught with trials. His addiction was a significant ordeal, a dark night of the soul, forcing him to confront the very insecurities that lay dormant beneath the surface. The return, then, is not just about coming back from the brink, but doing so with newfound wisdom and wholeness. In the Enneagram realm, AJ's path of growth involves integrating aspects of the Type 6, the loyalist. This type's focus on community and support offers a counterbalance to the achiever's sometimes solitary pursuit of success. By leaning into this energy, AJ can find stability in relationships and collaboration rather than isolation. The loyalist's gifts of foresight and commitment provide a grounding force, allowing AJ to anchor himself amidst the chaos of the entertainment world. Furthermore, the dynamic between AJ and his bandmates can be likened to a family system, where each member plays a distinct role. The trickster archetype, often embodied by AJ, challenges the status quo, pushing boundaries and encouraging growth through disruption. This dynamic tension creates a fertile ground for creativity, but also necessitates a delicate balance to prevent fracturing. Understanding this interplay highlights the importance of each member's role in maintaining the ecosystem's equilibrium. Returning to the theme of masks, AJ's narrative underscores a universal truth. The masks we wear can protect us, but they can also imprison us. In our personal lives, we might adopt the role of the successful professional, the perfect parent, or the perpetual peacemaker, each mask serving a purpose but also potentially stifling our true selves. The psychological cost of these roles is profound, often leading to a dissonance that can manifest as anxiety, depression, or in AJ's case, substance abuse. The journey towards shadow integration involves peeling back these layers, a process that requires courage and vulnerability. It calls for acknowledging the parts of ourselves that we have denied, embracing them with compassion and understanding. For AJ, this means recognizing that his value does not hinge on his public persona, but rather on his inherent worth as a human being. In doing so, he can forge a path towards genuine self-acceptance. In many ways, AJ's story is a microcosm of a larger societal narrative. We live in a world that often praises achievement and success, sometimes at the expense of authenticity and connection. This can foster a culture of comparison and competition, where the pressure to perform can overshadow the pursuit of personal fulfillment. AJ's experiences serve as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the importance of staying true to oneself amidst external pressures. To navigate this complex landscape, individuals must cultivate self-awareness and resilience. This involves recognizing when one's actions are driven by fear rather than desire, and taking deliberate steps to align with one's true values. For AJ, this means redefining success on his terms, finding joy in the process rather than the outcome. By doing so, he can inspire others to embark on their journeys of self-discovery and growth. In conclusion, AJ McLean's narrative is rich with lessons about identity, authenticity, and the human condition. It challenges us to question the roles we play and the masks we wear, inviting us to consider how we can live more authentically. Through his story, we are reminded that the journey of self-discovery is ongoing, a continual process of shedding old skins and embracing new truths. As we watch AJ navigate this path, we see not just a rock star, but a fellow traveler on the road to self-actualization.